I've got to show you all this. I just looked out the door. Look at the green grass. Isn't this amazing? Does this look like the desert? Well, it still does, but I have never seen this much green grass out here. Good morning, sir. You doing okay? Oh, big stretches. Oh, let me get your leash. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Can you sit? What a good boy. Such a good boy. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Okay. Hi, everyone. Good morning. I hope y'all are doing great today. Quick update on my medical gut problem that I talked about. Thank you all for all of the comments and messages and well wishes on that. I was surprised. I didn't realize how prevalent the gallbladder issues are. You know, in my world, my scope of friends and family and all that, the gallbladder is not something that's ever come up really. So I was really surprised at how many people had real life experience that they shared with me. And thank you all for that. So what I've been doing, the first thing I did was I stopped my giant meals. You know, I always was like a one big meal a day, right about 2 p.m. and then a little something before like evening time, about 5 o'clock. And that was about it. So now I've cut back on my meal sizes quite a lot, and that in itself has really helped. Okay, hold on, buddy. I'm coming. And another thing I'm doing is just drinking water incessantly. You come out here into these arid places in the country, and your body is not used to it, at least for me, and I have to keep drinking water. You know, you might not think you're sweating and all that, but your sweat evaporates like immediately out here. And so you're using more water. So you gotta drink water when you're out here. And that's something that I've been pushing myself to do. I'm drinking 3 or 4 bottles of water a day right now, and that's really helping me also. And so these aren't major changes, you know, controlling my meal size and drinking a lot of water. It might not sound like a lot, but so far for me, it's really helping me. You know, I'm actually feeling like right now I'm feeling hungry in my stomach, and I wasn't getting that feeling over the last couple of weeks. That was something that also kind of was weird to me, that I wasn't feeling my normal stomach hunger and all that, and I'm feeling it right now. So we're going to take a walk out here, and we'll bring you along with us, and I'm going to talk about something that I've been kind of coming up against and thinking about here over the last month or two. So come along with us on the walk. Thank you all for being here with us this morning, and thanks again for all of the comments about my poor sad gallbladder. I appreciate it. Hi, sissy. Hi, sweetheart. Hi. Hi. Okay. Hi, Patches. Hi, Patch. Hi. Left. Be polite. Easy there, Buckwheat. You can see Lefty's on the short leash this morning. He has a little injury on his left rear paw. It's not serious, but you know, in typical Lefty fashion, he's easy, buddy. He's re-irritated it. We were taking little rides with my bicycle around here, and I've got the attachment, I forget what it's called, but it's for hooking your dog up to your bicycle. So I had him attached to the little e-bike, and we're just, you know, pedaling around, not going fast at all. Actually, most of the time without the bike even turned on. And him pulling, back when he was 3, 4, 5 years old, back at my house, I had a regular bicycle, like a mountain bike kind, and I got an attachment similar to the one I have now, just a different brand. And he used to hook him up to it. And oh my gosh, we would leave my house, and it was, you know, maybe 100 yards, and we were on to the Little League fields that we lived next to. And he would, as soon as I got him clipped up and said go, he would take off. I didn't have to pedal at all. And he would pull me like an animal all the way over and onto the fields, and we'd make it, you know, past field 7, field 6, field 5, and then he would finally start to slow down, you know, way out in the middle of these fields, because he was, you know, he was younger then, and he used to have a ball doing that. He was always racing the front tire of the bike because he was like up next to the front wheel, and he didn't understand that he was hooked to it, you know, but he kept trying to beat that front wheel, boy. And in doing so, he was pulling me. It was awesome. So we were doing a lot of riding around here and visiting my friends and stuff that are around this area. We did a couple of running sessions. Now there's some areas here that are just pure dirt, nice and soft. And so only on those areas did I take the speed up so that he was running, and still not going fast. But I think that was just enough to get him a little, what it looks like to me is that he got like a blister up on the side of the big pad on his back paw. You know, there's the big pad right in the middle, and up on one of the sides of it, it looks like it blistered, and then he popped it and peeled it off, you know. So, you know, not bleeding or anything like that. And so we took a couple of days and just hung around, and I took him on just short walks, not letting him do any scurrying around or anything. And so he was much improved. And then yesterday, Bobby stopped over with his dogs, and Lefty got super excited and started doing zoomies, ripping around. And after everything subsided and he jumped up on his chair, I saw some spots of blood, and sure enough, he had irritated it. So I've got him back on recuperation time right now, and got him on the short leash for his walk, just to keep him a little bit contained, and it'll heal up. I cleaned it. I wrapped it yesterday after that happened because he still wanted to stay outside, so I wrapped it up after I cleaned it. And it looks good. I just looked at it this morning before we headed out, and it looks good. It'll heal up fast. I think today we're going to be running into town to get some groceries. Nothing exciting. We just had, not yesterday, but the day before, we had some, and over the night, we had some pretty decent rains out here. All right, here comes the rainstorm. I've been watching the lightning. There goes some. So it is really raining over there. And it's coming this way fast. All right, we're gonna go inside and buckle down. We just took our afternoon walk. Lefty's got his dinner, and we're gonna close up shop for the day. You see this? We've got grass growing all around out here. So that'll be the third good rainstorm we've had in this area of Arizona this winter. And we've only had one real windstorm. So different than in years past. We used to get some pretty massive windstorms, but this year we've gotten rain. I mean, look at the grass over here by Pam's camp. Look underneath there. It's like we're in a whole different area. Like I can see a shade of green along all these washes where the water concentrates. What? Oh, it's starting to rain. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's raining. Hello. Look at all the grass. Isn't this cool? Everything has a little green hue to it out here. Yeah, look at this wet ground here. Yeah, it rained. Chris looked on his precipitation meter there. So you all told me that the wind speed is an anemometer. Thank you for that. It's not, what did I call it? Like a merry-go-round with sugar scoops on it? It's an anemometer. But his precipitation gauge showed 0.34 inches. And most of it was at night while we were in bed. And it didn't rain hard enough to be really loud and keep me awake, but it was steady and over a long period of time. On this way. Well, there's something that I wanted to talk about that's been on my mind. I've had more than one person recently contact me, people that I had known from past communications with them, people that were building a rig and needed some kind of help or advice, something like that. And then, you know, sold their house, got out of their apartment, whatever it might be, and started traveling around. And then after a year or sometimes less, they contact me and say they're selling their rig and, you know, it didn't work out for them. And each time I hear one of those stories, you know, I've collected those up over time, and there's a part of me that, I don't know, I'm saddened by that. And because, you know, it's not a simple step to change your life and sell your house and all your belongings and start living in an ambulance or any kind of camper. And for folks to go through that and then come to the realization that it's not for them and go back and have to start it all over again. And that saddens me, you know, because it's such a huge undertaking. You know I went through it. And, you know, I've had times where, I've talked about this in the past, I've had times where, you know, there's things that I miss from back then, but those things or activities that I missed had been replaced with different things and activities. And that's how I've gotten by, is to, you know, fill that need or that want that I have for, you know, excitement or comfort, whatever. I've just changed those needs to be fulfilled with different things. And, you know, we're coming up on 5 years that we've been out traveling around. And, you know, I'm lucky that I get to take a break every year and go back to New York and hang out for a while and kind of unwind. And if I didn't have that, and if a person started on the road and didn't have that, I could see how it would compound it even more, the difficulties and the challenges. More so challenges. I don't like to use the word difficulties because they're just challenges or problems, things that you overcome. And, you know, people are vastly different and have a wide range of capabilities and skills, but also a wide range of acceptabilities, like that they can accept a certain amount of challenge or accept a certain amount of stress. And everybody is different with that. And, you know, I went through my times of getting kind of stressed out over the challenges we faced, and I kind of made an agreement with myself that I was going to push through it all, because if I didn't give this a fair shake, you know, living how we are now, if I didn't give it a a fair try, that I wouldn't be getting the full picture, you know. And it took some time and changes to the truck and learning our new routines on getting us comfortable enough that I could, you know, kind of unwind and unstress and decompress and give this a fair try. You know, what does our future hold? I don't know. I'm you know, still a few years from getting SS, you know, and you can't really rely on that for any kind of comfortable living. I just don't know what the future holds. And I try not to dwell on that, you know. I try not to make that a focus of my thoughts, because it could become intimidating to not know what I'm going to be doing in 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. But I guess where I was going with this was, if you're at that phase now where you're thinking about living in a vehicle, and I get messages from people all the time, and their plan is, you know, they're doing the countdown to their retirement, and they're planning to do, you know, to make a big change in their life. And so I hear this pretty constantly from people. And then I'm hearing from other people that did it and it didn't work out for them. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of people that have said it's the greatest thing they ever did. You know, I had a whole handful of guys that came by, individual people that came by to see me, and all of them said that it was the best decision they ever made. So that is great to hear. And when I hear that other people didn't like it, it wasn't for them, like I said, it saddens me because of all the effort that they went through. And I know in my own mind, like if I had, I don't know what the right term, it's not given up, but if I had decided that it wasn't for me back during our early time of traveling, that would have been really frustrating for me. You know, after going through everything that we went through and then deciding that it wasn't for us and kind of putting the brakes on and reversing everything, that would have been really frustrating. I guess what I want to share is, you know, please make sure that you're being honest with yourself when you're thinking about changing how you're living and to start living in a vehicle. You know, please really think it through, and don't get caught up in thinking that it's glorious days every day. I mean, for the most part, I'm going to say the majority of our time is just, you know, hanging around, just like I would do back in my house. I used to take staycations and have a week or two off and, you know, just hanging around, puttering on little projects around the house. And that's pretty much followed through to out here. Don't think that every day is filled with excitement, and don't think that every day has to be filled with excitement. If you get caught in that, and I've had people tell me this, they said, you know, I feel like I should be going here and going there and doing this and doing that. And if that's what you're into and you have the means to do it and that's really your priority, then, you know, that's great. But I've had other people say, I feel like I should be doing something, but I just wanted to unwind and sit here. And so there's different sides to that. But it used to be back in the day was, you know, we're on the beach and the back doors are open and we're, you know, eating our granola, we're having our breakfast here overlooking the blue waters of the bay. And so it was kind of a very slanted outlook and presentation of what it's like to live in your vehicle. But I hope that folks, those of you that are thinking about retiring and selling your stuff and getting in a rig, that you're getting a clear picture. And I'm sure that all of you are keen enough to figure out what's the fluff and what's the reality. And I hope that everyone that's thinking about moving, RVing, and there's a lot of different ways of RVing. There's going from campground to campground, and that could be pretty comfortable. Having electricity, water, showers, laundry room, constantly. That's got a cost, financial cost that goes with it. And if you're able to do that, and that's what you'd want to do, then go for it. And then there's the other end of the spectrum, and going out on your own and carrying enough water and food and having enough power to live without needing anything like that. And if that's what you want to do, you've got to make the right planning and build the right kind of rig to do all that. And be smart about what you're thinking about doing. This life is not for everyone. It fits some people a lot better than others. I think I'm just rambling about it at this point because I'm trying to convey what's in my mind about it. And I don't think I'm doing a good job, to be honest with you. Just be aware of the decision you're making and what it could mean. And I've said to some people recently, I said, if you have the ability, to keep your house and go out and travel and spend 6 months out in your rig, if you have the ability to do that, to make sure that it's really for you and that you're not maybe jumping into something, do that. Thinking back, I didn't have that ability financially. I wouldn't have been able to support the house. I couldn't do that. Would it have changed anything? I don't think so, because in my first year, although we were faced with challenges, we kept on going, and I kept looking around the next corner for the next challenge, basically, so that I could fix it. But all of you, if you're thinking about doing, similar to what we're doing, just really be honest about what your comfort levels are. And I know there's a good portion of you out there that are in no way thinking about traveling out here, that you just like to watch what we're getting up to. And thank you all that are watching us from that point of view. You might be a little bit older, or you've got medical issues and you can't get out here like this, so you like just watching what other folks are doing. All of you, thanks for watching us, and I'm glad that we can share what we do, and it's not, as you know, not always super exciting, but we do run into a lot of unique situations out here. I've said it a lot of times, boy, that doesn't happen in Henrietta, New York. Things that happen to us when we're out traveling around. And that's always, I think, what keeps me going is we come across really unique situations that I would have never come across back in my old life, Come here. Here's a boy. And those unique things that happen to us, that's part of the coolness of what we do. If I could make one change, what would I make? I wish we had more storage capability, a bigger rig, or some way to carry more items. I had to leave quite a bit of stuff back in New York, and that stuff's not doing anybody any good, right? It's just back there, just sitting. And one of the things that has one of the things that has been in my mind lately is some of the my hobbies that I miss doing, and those are things that required space. You know, I've pretty much got all the tools that I need, but the space to do those things and the setup, you know, the infrastructure, and I just don't have that right now. And if I could make one change to our lives, it would be to have a better infrastructure with some more room. You know, it's just me and it's just the dog, but the square footage of the rig shrinks down tremendously with this guy laying around and me stepping over him and all that. But that would be my one wish that I would like to change. And I'd also, if I could work out some way logistically to have my own home base, you know, going back and visiting with the folks is great, but, you know, it disrupts their life, and it's not going to be there forever. So I would like to somehow work out some kind of home base. And it's funny that today what I would consider to be like a very comfortable home base isn't a lot. You know, my needs have changed dramatically over the years, and what's considered to be super comfortable now is a lot different than what used to be super comfortable. So I think that's actually a good thing. You know, my needs are a lot less than they used to be, but I still do have some needs, or some wants, I'd call them. All right, I think you've all listened to me ramble on far enough. I hope I made some sense. Yes, boy. All right. Okay, thanks for being here with us. Everybody take care, be safe. We'll see y'all again really soon. Huh, how's your pawpaw? Is it okay? All right. Okay. You want to get some dinner? You want some dinner? Okay. Excuse me? What are you doing? Are you broken? Huh? Hello? What? Gar.